What happened? No? Go ahead and get some vitals. Prep transport. What hospital are we going to? What's the status on it? These are priority 2 trauma alert.
I thought it was very dynamic and ever-changing. It invoked out of me immediately how overwhelmed you can become, and put in perspective almost immediately the need to call for additional resources.
Remember what day it is? Do you know what happened? Okay.
And the positive feedback that we were able to get from the scene and the victims, it helped. It heightened your stress level. It put you in your functional zone, and it kind of took you out of your comfort element rather quickly.
I need you to calm down. I need you to stay right here, okay?
Oh, we have to make sure my brother's okay. Is he still in the car?
Are you hurt?
Gave me a sense of realism, which with that came a sense of urgency. So it was almost immediate. If it takes you out of your comfort zone, or it identifies some areas where you need work, or something that you think you did somewhat good on, when it is a real-time event, you'll fall back to that level of training and be able to increase and improve upon that.
In today's training, we got to utilize actual patients from G-STAR, which is a school that specializes in acting. And we got a great group of people that really simulated how it's going to be on an emergency scene.
Let's go! Let's get into it! Let's go! What are you waiting on?
So we had the screaming, the crying, the great makeup and special effects on the kids that made it look, and we could look at these kids and see kind of how their accidents were, and they were kind of coached on how to act, and so it really much better simulated a real world environment than our typical environment, which is using dummies that don't actually respond to stimuli.
Look at the bag.
Yep. Ready? 1, 2,
No! You can only do so much with mannequins, particularly mannequins that already have injuries integrated into how they're put together. As soon as you start bringing in real people, you have the human factor.
She has injury to her left side, so we're going to move her to the right, okay?
Right,
Nice and easy.
Here we go.
Let's go, okay, man? Hey, why are we leaving?
You deal with, flesh and bones and emotions, and particularly these people that we brought in today.
You got them leaking back into your scene. Get control of the scene. We'll see you.
Very dramatic in a good way. They fit the profile of people who are on car wrecks, who are on bad car wrecks, who we deal with on a daily basis.
You're gonna grab her on the way up and see if she can help us to get her. Okay.
As valuable as could possibly be, because it was so realistic in real life. It was like pulling up to an actual incident. Having the live patients just brought that training to a whole nother level. Actually having to deal with a person and not a mannequin that we can overlook things with. It's a person we have to treat, and that's what we have out in the field as people. They got an acting career for sure, because they were spot on with everything that the instructors asked for them, and I think they took it above and beyond because the instructors were very impressed with how they did.
And so by utilizing these kids, I thought it was a great way for us to kind of get into the zone. Even though it's not a real scenario, even though it's not real life, it gets about as close as we could to a real MCI.